Welcome to the Kev and Pico Show. As we always do, let us introduce ourselves.
Many years ago, this candle blessed our family with a miracle. No, I'm not from Enchanto. I am Kev. I'm Pico. I finally done one in the proper way after 3 weeks of fucking up.
The 4th week lucky. Hey. And I, of course, am Pico, guys. Welcome, of course, to episode 58, my man. Kev, how are you?
Oh, good. Pico, the FA Cup draw was made. I'm sorry.
Just there now.
Just for the quarter final. And when we beat Huddersfield on Monday night, we have the scum in the quarter final. The Liverpool scum in the quarter final. Now, people don't realise how much I hate Liverpool, okay?
Oh, it's not even
I hate Liverpool. I hate Liverpool more than I hate fucking Putin, okay? More than the Ukrainians hate Putin right now, okay? That's how much I hate Liverpool. So come on, Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, well, look, on tonight's show, Kev, in a few minutes, we're going to be welcoming on a guest, okay? That, of course, is going to be a local girl who is doing extremely well for herself, which, of course, is Devlin Mcdonald, who, if you don't follow her already, then I don't know who isn't, because there's that many followers there, okay? But before that happens, we got to do what we always do, Kev. It's episode number 58, which means we are on to the history and birthdays of 1958. Kev.
What do you have for me?
Hula hoops became a national craze in 1950.
Hula hoops the ones you go around your waist or the ones you eat?
I'll be completely honest with you, Kev. I don't know. Let's say the ones that go around your waist, right? And then the Munich Air Disaster, for any Man United fans out there, obviously that happened. Exactly. So
Duncan Edwards, probably one of the best footballers that's ever been, that unfortunately lost his life in that one.
Exactly. So it is. Imagine, and Rob Charlton is still alive.
Yeah, I did a project about that. I did a project with that tragedy back in school. Yeah, in primary school. Yeah.
Holy shit! Right, okay. The Great Chinese Famine begins in 1958, and this time I have an end date.
I wonder what the English involved in that one too.
Well, it ended in 1961, and Kev, guess how many million died of it?
3 million.
To put a zero at the end of that, buddy.
30 million.
Nearly 30 million died from it, okay?
The English were involved in the cunts.
Yeah, and then, Bertus, because we know the quizzes are flying at the minute, okay? I know we talked about Randy Andy.
Are they?
Yeah, of course they are. I know we talked about Randy Andy. I know we talked about Jeffrey Epstein. I know we talked about Bill Cosby. This might be a trend I'm talking about here. Michael Jackson was born in 1958, so he was.
All of those other people, Pickle, right, were prosecuted. Okay.
Well, Randy Andy wasn't.
Oh, but he pretty much was. But Michael Jackson wasn't.
Public court.
Just in case Janet or fucking Tito is listening to the show, you know.
I really want Tito to be listening to the show.
I'd love what a name, Tito. Yeah. Tito Jackson, what a name.
August the 29th was Michael Jackson's birthday. Kev, if I said the film Trading Places and Boobs.
No.
Trading Places. Remember Trading Places? Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy. The rich people would pop.
No.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay.
Halloween, right?
Fucking Alien. Fucking all of those other movies.
No. Kev, just to say good. You did it last week with Holly Willoughby's nipple slip, right? Okay. I'm doing it now. Jamie Lee Curtis, Trading Places.
Okay.
Guys and Dog and everywhere else, check it out, right? November 22nd. So she's 63 this year. And then I'm going on it. I couldn't believe how many hot women were born in the same year, Kev, right? Michelle Pfeiffer.
Boom.
Wait till the next one, though, right? April 29th, right? She was born, Kev. The last one. If I was to tell you, I hope I'm not getting this wrong, right? If I was to give you the clue of, she sat in a chair and showed off a bit of
Sharon Stone.
See the way that rhymed? Sharon Stone, hey, she's 63, so that's how old
I still would go. Yeah, you
no,
still would.
There's nobody.
Then you said you do. You said you do Helen Mirren.
Oh yeah, sure. She would have been older because that was a previous year. Yeah,
she's way old. Yeah, she's nearly 90, I think.
True, Helen Mirren. But
you need a KY jelly there. That's all I'm saying.
Over that, Kev. Look, I'll tell you what. Hey, I know we have to do a week's, which was going to take a bit of time this week talking about a week's, right? Because I had a busy week. I'm sure you had a pretty busy week. Okay, But what I'm going to do is, Kev, I want to introduce somebody who's sitting right beside me at the minute, and it's not the guest who is coming on to the show, right? Give me 1 second. This, of course, is the Clancy Cup. It's home, baby. It's home. We've had it for 3 years now. Okay, there you go, Jimmy.
It's all polished up, is it?
It's clean as a whistle. We're on it twice. Our engraving, Rampart, Celtic. I don't know where the camera is.
Just barely get it in.
So
there.
yeah, he's home. Emma is delighted. Got pictures with Jamie next. I'm dropping up to Oni tomorrow in the garage. So if anyone wants to see it, it'll be an auto show. When you're in buying a car off Oni, you'll see this sitting out. So you will. We have a new kit and everything. Thanks to Auto Show and Dash. We're going to be doing some pictures tomorrow, I think, with it and all. So yeah, Clancy is here. So it is. And speaking about guests that we're planning on coming on to the show, here we go, guys.
On the show.
Let me introduce a girl who has more followers, okay, on Instagram than I have had dinners. And trust me, everybody knows what I look like. I've had a lot of dinners, right? I am delighted to welcome Devlin Mcdonald onto the show. Devlin, how are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm excited to be on it.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on. We're delighted that you're on it as well. So we are like, hey. Kev, you going to say hello or are you just going to look at the dog? What are you at?
No, my daughter is trying to throw something down on me from the landing. I'm afraid she's going to hit me on the head with it.
Wouldn't be able to do that.
I have the camera set up here too, and there's about 1,000 lights around it. So if something comes flying, at least you know what it is.
I love that. You have 1,000 lights. Kev has a child. I'm only after showing off a cup that I have sitting beside me. Like,
what's
you know,
the cup for?
This is my football club, right? Rampart Celtic. We won this cup the last 3 years. It is my cup. I've had it for 3 years, so it's my fucking cup, right?
Not in your back.
Yeah, Devlin, we do swear on this podcast. As we say, it's over 18, so the swear words are fine. But look, let's jump into some questions, okay? Right? First of all, obviously, on Instagram, there's a lot of clothes. You're doing all that, okay? We have Devlin's Closet, which has again over 6,000 followers on it. How did that all come about? I know obviously there was McDonald Boutique and all that as well, but how did this side of it all come about, Devlin?
So basically years ago when I set up McDonald, I was so focused on that, and then it kind of just like rolled into it and happened. It's only the past 2 years that really I've been like doing it more serious than I did in the previous years. But it's just whenever I had the clothes in McDonald and I was trying on the outfits and I posted them, and then basically it just like
snowballed from there, like happy days. With that amount of followers, like I'm not being funny, like you must just be inundated with like messages. Hey, I'll have that. How much is that? How much is that?
You get a lot of messages, but I'm always happy to answer them. So I normally always reply to everybody that messages me, and I normally tag all my outfits as well. And if they're sent to me, obviously I put it up that where they're from the boutiques and makeup and hair and everything, basically.
Well, that's the other thing I was going to say. Like, obviously, because you're tagging places like that in it, then we have the influencer aspect of things. Now, as much as me and Kev like to
try to be influencers, Pico.
Influence people.
Try to be.
Not many.
It's a show, a podcast.
Yeah, like there's not many, but a few people. Like, how do you find that? Like, or even how does, say somebody is starting off in a mind of, I want to get into this type of a thing. Like, how would somebody
I get the question so many times, and honestly, the way that it happened for me is when you tag companies and they reshare you, then you get followers from them, and it kind of snowballs in that way. So it's like if I was going like taking a photo for a company and I post it and then they reshare it and then you get followers from them. That's basically how it works. And just keep tagging, tag every company, tag outfit inspos, everything. So that's the best, and like reach out to people and don't be afraid to ask, you know, for collabs and things like that, basically.
So what you're saying is when you share, right, that you were on this, right, we're gonna get like a couple of thousand
female followers.
Hopefully, no, I don't know. Maybe not a couple of thousand. I don't know how many. It completely depends. But like my story views are they're actually really high at the minute. So you probably know yourselves with the way that Instagram works. Sometimes like there's like loads of views and sometimes there's not. And like you'll always see influencers giving out about that, but
yeah,
the minute it's going really well. I don't want to keep pushing it more, you know, like I haven't fully pushed it, but I'm trying to get more with it.
Yeah.
Pushing it more.
So like when you started at Dearbhla, like I lived beside the bush school, you were in the bush school. How do you go from the bush school to having, say,
I love the bush.
so many followers and all that sort of, like how do you go from there to where you are now?
I think it's just like, obviously I had McDonald boutique and I opened that in Dublin, and then I met so many people through McDonald, because I would have had influencers in with me, and I would have been collabing with them. I would have met photographers because they would have been doing the shoots. I would have met people in journalism and stuff like that, because that's the whole scene up in Dublin, and you meet people through that. So the more that they tag you and you get in with things, and the events you go to, events is a massive thing as well. Like, yeah, like making yourself go and socialize with people. It kind of, I don't know, you just fall into it, and then I don't know. But I think TikTok is going to be the next like big thing for people, you know, that's trying to get into influence, and I think that's like the main thing now.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out TikTok. I have no idea. Kev did 100 videos in like 100 days, right?
Yeah.
Over lockdown. Yeah.
Oh my God, good man.
But now he won't do any. I'm telling him to do a video. He's like, no.
Keep with it.
The trouble is with it, you kind of run. What happened was during lockdown, all the dances were happening. It was kind of, I was more or less trying to do dances and a bit of mess, but it's then gone into a lot of trying to dance Dearbhla.
You're doing it. Like,
and now kind of, it's more of that's kind of one click, kind of that more of the see the modeling side of it. You know what I mean? And I was looking for more dances, so I might start again, Pico. But like, I need Pico to be beside me to do the dances with it, you know.
Two of you need to do it and get on TikTok. Like TikTok is like, I love TikTok. It's so
because like we're on it now, but we haven't really done it because me and Kev haven't seen each other in weeks. Like, you know, well, since 2 Saturday nights ago when we were in Bruges, obviously. When this whole thing came up in conversation. Sober, of course. So it is. But look, come here. Kev mentioned there like modeling and stuff like that there. Like I've seen obviously on your Instagram, you have been like, you don't go to Kerry, you don't go to Galway, right? You tend to go where the buildings are a lot higher, the skies are a lot bluer. Like how is that?
Hold on, sorry, bluer.
Blue, more blue. But no, as Kev said, like a girl who went to the bush school, you know what I mean? And then you're out there at that kind of stuff. Like, is there a moment where you just kind of stop nearly and just kind of take a breath and go, how did I get to this exact place right now? Like
I know, I don't like sitting and go like that. I'm like, so like, you know, I don't know, successful. I don't like think I do any, like, I don't followers and stuff like that. But like whenever I do be on holidays, I always think how lucky I am that I'm over there. I'm meeting with really good friends and stuff like that, you know. So it is like different experiences, and everyone will always say, oh my God, Dearbhla, like you're like Miss Makeup's event the other day and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
that looked unbelievable. I saw that on your story. The setup of it.
It's amazing, like, and that's what I mean. Like, and I think when you're doing it, you don't really maybe realize it, and then it's when people kind of say it to you, then you do take a step back and think, yeah, it's amazing when you're going to like obviously Dubai. Is that what you mean where I was?
Yeah, pretty much. I gotta be honest. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Nope, and I don't think I'll ever be allowed into it.
Pico's only been on a plane 6 times, maybe 8 times, and half of them times have been with me.
Yeah, where did you go?
Nottingham. England, Nottingham. Nottingham.
Birmingham. Did you say Birmingham?
No, Nottingham. Well, we fly into Birmingham and then we drive to Nottingham.
Yeah, because I'm going to Birmingham now in 2 weeks actually for St. Patrick's Day, so that'll be fun over with my cousin. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, see, I love Birmingham because I'm an Aston Villa fan who are from Birmingham, obviously. But yeah, me and Kev used to have drunken weekends in Nottingham, which is a brilliant city. Absolutely. So it is. But look, of all them places you went in Dearbhla, where would be the best? I know you're saying like it's holidays, but there's also different things happening. Like, where would be the one place in the world? I know obviously we just said Dubai, but like, is there anywhere kind of random that people might think, why is that your favorite place?
Probably Iceland. I was in Iceland and I absolutely loved Iceland. It was freezing cold and I loved it. Like my dream holiday would be to go to Alaska. Like that is my dream, like holiday. Yeah. I don't know why I love like that whole scene of like snow and things like that. But probably Iceland, or where's another place I went that I loved? I loved the Bahamas. It was really good. I did like cool Bahamas. Yeah, it was.
Holy hell.
I love that.
And Devlin, you're linked in with Assets Model Agency and so on. How did that come about, and where did that collab come into?
Yes, so with Assets, I've known them for like years through. I know them years through the shop because I used to always get like models from Assets and things like that. But I did a photo shoot with Lily Forberg and Evan Doherty, who's two photographers in Dublin. That was like years ago, and obviously then they took me on, and yeah, they're lovely to work with. But yeah, I don't really like. I think now influence is more like separate. You kind of do it all yourself, kind of. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, well, you always give us a shout, like, you know what I mean? If they're looking for a, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, we talk about the good side of it.
Yeah.
And there's always, when you're in that sort of industry, there's always a bad side to it, and you're always going to have haters, and you're always going to have, say, trolls. How do you deal with that sort of side of it, Dearbhla, you know?
I think I'm personally lucky that things like that don't annoy me, but I know so many of my friends that are in influencing and deal with online abuse, and they get really affected with it, and most people do. And I just think like it's one of them things that I can never understand like the logic behind it, because like for girls to go online and like scandal people and make up lies, and it's just baffling to me. And especially with like obviously what happened to that girl in Limerick did you hear about what happened to the girl in Limerick like last week?
No.
Which one was that now?
Getting bullied. A girl, Leah, she was getting bullied like really, really bad. And or maybe your family's from Limerick.
Yeah.
Live in England, but basically just getting slated online by girls like on an online forum, which is just crazy to me. Like I've had things said about me on online forums, and I kind of find it like, because I found out kind of who they are, so I find it more embarrassing for them than anything, if that makes sense.
Like, to be honest, Dearbhla, like we were researching it, to be honest. And,
yeah. Oh God.
You can.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you can see stuff that I say on forums and stuff like that, and you kind of go like, is there any? And it usually is.
Yeah.
Girl on girl. It's usually it's not usually a fella come in that sort of scenario. You know what I mean? It's usually girls kind of bringing each other down, and there's no need really in that sort of, when you should be supporting each other more. You know,
sisterhood and all that.
100%. Like that's what should be done. But then you've got girls that just can't help themselves. You know.
And like me and Kev, we like this is something like it is bullying. Right. And like I know we've done different stuff, mental health, and we've brought other people on for different stuff and that on the podcast. But we did also mention different things about school when we were growing up and that, and bullying that happened as well. Like, and like, I know obviously back in the day there was no internet, so it was literally face to face. But it is just keyboard warriors. Like that's all it is.
Completely. And I feel like no matter what people do, no matter what they say, no matter what they look like, no matter what, there's always going to be people that's like slating them, like no matter what. So if they're the most perfect person in the world, they're going to be absolutely slated by people. Like people can't look in the right direction, or they're getting criticized.
And would you ever get it face to face, or would you only get it?
Absolutely never get it face to face. Never. No, it's all online people that think that I wasn't going to find out who they were, but I was lucky enough that I did, you know, but not everybody does get to find out, you know.
I'm pretty sure, Dearbhla, I have confidence, right, that you could swing a good right or left hook. You could just like
Definitely not. I wish I could. I'm just worried about my nails.
There you go. You need to get somebody with you. Get somebody with you to do it. So it is. Me and Kev, if you ever need two people either side of you,
we be bouncers, yeah.
We can be like the escort.
Security.
Security. Sorry, not escorts. That'd be something completely different.
That's a different conversation to be having.
Yeah, that's one we don't have on the camera. But look, I gotta ask you one question though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Everywhere you've been, all the stuff you've done, right? In your eyes, who's the most famous person that you've ever met?
The most famous person I've ever met. Who is the most famous person I've ever met?
You love being put in the spot like this. You're like, no, you're trying to think.
I'm trying to think who's the most famous person I've ever met. Probably God.
See, I should have said this to you beforehand. I was going to ask you this question. So I should have done like
I've met people, but like I wouldn't like consider them like really famous, like yesterday, on Tuesday, like Erin McGregor, I met her. She's lovely. Like,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's cool.
I like that. That's good. So what is that? Like to me and Kev, everybody's famous. Like, I mean, everybody's famous to me and Kev. We'd Mickey Joe Hart on, and like he's like,
I've seen Mickey Joe Hart. Oh my God, I love Mickey Joe Hart.
So do we. So do we.
Well, I actually seen that. Yeah,
it was great. It was great chatting to him. So it was like, but no, but look, come here, Devlin. Like, it's been lovely chatting to you. Like, it really has. I know. We were mad to bring you on just to have a chat. You're doing so well. It's brilliant to see. Like, all the followers. Yeah, we forget the haters. They can just
haters. We don't care about the haters.
Let them stay in their mom's basement or wherever they are. You know what I mean? Like, so it is. But no, look, come here. It's been an absolute honor talking to you. It really has.
On the show. Thank you so much for asking me.
No, look, you're a local lady who's doing amazing things, and we wish you the absolute best. And hopefully you'll come back on.
I definitely will come back on.
And if you ever need us, like security, like
definitely call you for security. If in Brewbakers, I'll be
exactly.
We look after you.
We walk you up now. Kev doesn't drink anymore. I still drink. I can go off it for an hour or two. I don't mind, right?
Yeah.
So I don't but no, but look, obviously, just to say it again, Devlin's Closet, obviously on Instagram. Check it out. Check out Devlin's page as well. All the stuff, the clothes, the outfits. It's absolutely incredible, Devlin. The best of luck with everything in the future.
You're in the best luck to use too, and with your show. And I'll keep watching it because I do watch it, and it's brilliant.
Thanks very much,
Devlin. Thank you so much. Okay, thanks for coming on.
See you. Thanks so much.
All the best.
Bye. See you. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, guys, so that was Dearbhla, local girl doing really well, Kev, and really local to you in a sense, because literally she went to school across the road from
I think she lives she wouldn't live that far away from me originally, so she's very local up here.
20,000 followers, Kev. That's the plan.
We'll get that, Pico. We'll get.
Of course we will. Fucking sure we will. But look, come here. Let's jump into our weeks, Kev. Okay, I know we're in different stages than we used to be on shows normally. Okay, our weeks. What did you do this week?
I can't remember, Pico.
Well, I remember everything.
I've been told I have to go back to the office, Pico. I'll be starting a hybrid model in the coming weeks. So yeah, bit of a shock. 2 years working from home. That's going to be a bit of a strange one.
Finally get me some pens then. Good man.
Yeah,
scrap ones.
Yeah, but like, a lot's happened this week, Pico. In the world itself. I didn't think Vladimir was going to go in. Vladimir has gone in, and there's no stopping him by the looks of it. Fair play to Ukraine holding off, but like, just on it, Pico, listen to somebody else talking about it. Like, we talk about equal rights a lot on this podcast and stuff like that, and we talk about trans, and we talk about, like, I kind of always jump on the other side, but like, I don't hear any feminists coming out this week, Pico, and saying women should be staying in Ukraine. Like, you know what I mean? Equal rights to be fighting for the country. You know what I mean? I haven't heard any women coming out and complaining the women and children out of the country. I haven't heard any of them. Maybe I'm not listening to the right social medias or whatever.
I can't remember her name. Holly Cairns, I think her name was. Check her right. She's probably saying something about it.
She hasn't. I haven't heard her coming out and said it.
Yeah.
Or like I haven't heard any of the trans people coming out and say, "Well, I identify as a man and I'm a woman." None of them's come out and said, "Oh, now I've seen some of these people getting on these trains. Now, some of them have a bigger cock than I do." Okay, you know what I mean? And then, like, so I don't know. And our country has asked us to take in Ukrainian. Pickle, I'll be honest, I will take in a 20-year-old Ukrainian female.
Absolutely.
Not a bother.
No problem. That was a question I was going to ask you later on. I literally was going to ask you that later on, but let's talk about it now. So if Mihol, right, who probably has a big house, and Leo, who lives with his dogs and his fellow, right, probably there's spare rooms. It's fella. Yeah. There probably is spare rooms because I'm guessing they're in the same room. Are they going to take anybody in?
They'll probably have someone in already doing the cleaning and the cooking. Let's be honest about it. No, I'm not even joking. They'll probably have helpers in their houses. Like, but they probably won't. No, but they're asking us to take them in. And let's be honest. I'm sorry, but like, how many homeless people in Ireland all the time, and they're not even. No. There's no talk about them. Like, and this is just a good narrative that we have. Yeah, it's a good idea that we bring people in. Yeah. But there's how many thousands of people, Irish people, are homeless in this country right now, and they're talking about Ukrainians. I'm sorry, I know it's war torn and whatever, but like.
Yeah, but Ireland is war torn in a different way. It's war torn because there's so many people without a fucking home. There's estates that haven't been fully built. There's hotels that aren't being used that are just sitting there rotting to hell like City Hall. If they put the money into these kind of places, maybe all the people, children included, that are sitting on a fucking street eating pizza out of a fucking newspaper and shit like that, could actually go and have a bed to sleep in at night time. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. Yeah. So, but it's typical of our government. So it is with the people who are in charge of the minute that they don't give a fuck.
And we don't talk politics.
No, we don't talk politics. As we say, the only politics we talk is to fuck them off. So it is. Well, Kev, let me get into my week. Okay. So last Sunday, I stuck a story up on the Instagram. Okay. Heading to the gym. I was going to do a spinning class at 10:15. Arrive down there at 10:05. Go to the door.
Nice and early, Pico.
Nice and early. Right down. We email because I had a free trial for the spinning class. Go to reception. Hey, mate, just got this email there. And then he goes, "Oh, is there a class on today?" I goes, "Yeah, 10:15 to 11. And then he goes to this one woman, "Hey, is there a spinning class on?" She's like, "Yeah, but there's nobody booked into it." I'm like, this doesn't sound good. So we went down to the room, took the bike out, got it set up at the height, got the pedals sorted with my feet, everything good to go. I'm looking around going,
all set.
Yeah, there's nobody coming here. Walked into the hall, still nobody about. I was like, for fuck's sake. Then all of a sudden, the man came down and he was like, "Yeah, look, there's nobody booked in, so there's not going to be a class." I was like, "You fucking bastards." I was like, right. So I ended up going up to the gym and did like fucking 4 or 5K on a treadmill, when I did a spinning bike, did fuck all. I was there for 45 minutes because that's what my free spinning class time was. So yeah, but look, the one thing I wanted to highlight was I put the story up like as a joke, you know what I mean? Just like, hey guys, I'm going to the gym, right? I have to give the people who listen to this show and follow us on Instagram a lot of credit, right? I got some hilarious messages off some. Jamie O, right? Jamie O'Hanlon sent me a message going, "R.I.P. Pico." And I was like, "Just promise me at the funeral you'll do the filthiest would you rather question in the middle of the church." I says, "Pretend you're going to have to do like that thing at the end and just do a load of would you rather questions." And then another girl as well, whose name is fucking, I can't remember. A couple of girls were sending me a message going, "Look, it was great that you went, you know what I mean? That's the most important thing." So it is like, you know what I mean? It's actually going to Jennifer was one of the girls, sent a message. Another guy called Stephen.
That's lies. It's not good that you just went. The class should have been on.
Well, I know, but she was showing up as half the battle anyway. Well, fair play. So that's what the messages were.
Leaving the house, the hard part.
Exactly. So it is like, okay. And then, right, I went to a Dundalk FC match on Monday night for the first time.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know the last time I was at a Dundalk game, but somebody does. And that somebody listens to this show. And I want that person, when they hear this episode, to tell me what year this was, right? I'm calling out a man who, when I seen this game of football, I believed I was witnessing the next Damien Duff, Kevin Kilbane, left winger Ireland player that was ever going to be the best ever, right? And that is Mr. Shane Grimes, right? That's the last time I went to a Dundalk game. He scored 2 goals and set up another goal. I think it was like a Limerick or a Waterford or something like that, right? Shane, I know you listen. Fucking text us, right? Let me know when you did that, right? Because that'll remind me then when the last time was at a game. But it was brilliant. The 1-3-0, Kev, it was super. It was a dodgy 40 minutes, 44 minutes. Got to go before half time. That new guy, Bradley, looks a different fucking class. He really does. So he does. Like, hey. And then just to highlight another thing to finish off my week, last night, which was Wednesday night, we played in the first round of the TJ Moore Cup for my lovely Rampart Celtic, and we bet my heaven and more on penalties. We drew 3-3. We had no team. We had 13 lads there. We drew 1-0 down, 1-1, 2-1 down, 2-2, 3-2 down, 3-3, and then we won 5-4 on penalties. Goal of the decade was scored. Remember the Bear Camp flick? Any football fans out there, right? Have to give a shout out to Oren, right? One of me boys, right, Kev? He did the Bear Camp flick on the outside the box, right? He spun. It bounced once, and then he lobbed the goalkeeper off the bottom of the crossbar in. Incredible. Oren, great shot. And my goalkeeper, Daniel, man of the match. He was unbelievable as well. But yeah, that was pretty much my week, Kev. Can I please ask you a would you rather question?
I thought it was my week.
Nope, my week. Definitely.
What did I ask you last week?
I do the even numbers and you do the odd numbers.
What did I ask you last week?
I don't remember, Kev. But I swear to God, it is mine because I wanted to ask you this one last week.
Okay.
So it did. Quick question, Kev. Your favorite food still chicken wings?
Chicken wings. Love me chicken wings.
Okay, Kev. Then here is your would you rather question. Kev, would you rather sit on a dick and eat chicken wings or sit on chicken wings and eat a dick?
Again, I've heard this. I might have heard something like this before.
Something similar, yeah. Adam, Dan, cheers, boys.
I'll go the same as Adam. I think it was at the time. I'm sitting on dick and eating wings.
You love.
I am not. I just think the third or fourth time I mentioned in this podcast that sitting dick or dick. There's no way I'm putting one in my mouth. I'm not putting meat in my mouth like that. And like a chicken wing's quite small.
Depends where you get it.
Like you can lube up pickle. You can put a bit of.
But what if you can't?
Well, I am.
What if you need to use the sauce from the wings?
No, that's different. I'm not having the thingy ring. But then again, I wouldn't. I'd rather. Then if I. No, I'm definitely sitting on dick.
You have to think about it, Kev.
I don't. No, I actually don't have to think about it. I'm sitting on dick.
Remember, Kev, 12 million, 6 days to recover.
Yeah, not a bother.
You know what I mean, 52 times a year of Santa, I think it was.
Easy.
Right, good man. I love it.
But like you have to think about it. You have to think about it in the real thing. Like, why would you want to sit on chicken wings? Like, why would you want to sit on chicken wings?
Okay, just a hypothetical. Why would you want to sit on a dick? Unless you wanted to sit on a dick.
Like, you're sitting on that and you can distract yourself by eating lovely chicken wings.
Remember, it's not that you're sitting on it. It's not like this. You're not sitting on his knee.
Like, you're in it. It's in you. Like.
It's in you.
Like you're sitting on a dick, right?
Yeah.
It's up, and you can eat chicken wings and you can just relax and eat chicken wings, right? Well, not relax, but you can eat your chicken wings in peace, kind of. But if you're sitting on chicken wings, right, that's quite uncomfortable as it is, right? And then you're quite uncomfortable in your gob. So, like, not only are you uncomfortable, you're uncomfortable in two different scenarios, arse and mouth. Nah, I'll take the chicken wings in my mouth and the dick in my ass.
I think I'm going to have to get about 5 episode names there in that sentence. Brilliant. But look, before we bounce into some topics, right, just want to do our usual shout outs, okay? Have to give a big shout out to Lally's Electrical, okay? Jamie then there, he's set us up this week with a Bluetooth speaker. We did, obviously, today is Thursday, so the competition's on at the minute. We're going to do the draw on Friday evening, so we are. Thanks so much to Jamie and the guys down there, okay? He's been mad to give us something because literally he's loving the show. It comes out on a Sunday night. He's listening to it Sunday night or on a Monday morning away in the car. He is loving the show. So, Jamie, thanks so much for that. Guys, anything you need, down to Lally's Electrical there on the Coles Road. Isn't that what you call that road?
Coles Road, yeah.
Coles Road, yeah. On the Coles Road, great set of people
in there. Or the
Inner
Relief Road. It's one or the other.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
You know where it is.
You know where it is, yeah. You know where it is now. But no, honest to God, check them out on Facebook as well. I know what the competition is. You have to follow the page and all that. Brilliant. We got the fridge in there, delivery, the whole shebang. You know who delivered the fridge, Kev? If I was to say the name Ham to you.
Brian.
Yes. And you know what he told me that day when he delivered the fridge? And it turns out he was fucking right. in school, we went to school with this Brian fellow, okay? He told me that he went to an army recruiting day.
Okay.
When school was on, like something through the school, right? He was the only guy who didn't join the army. We had the world famous Lisa Smith, who was in the class, loved all over the world. Yeah. And then there was like Woodsy, Rooney, Mando. You know, I mean, there was an endless amount of people. And like he said, he walked it out. He was literally the only guy or girl who didn't go in. Like, but yeah. But anyway, Larry's Electrical guys, check them out. Obviously, big thanks to Tony's Pizzeria. We're just taking a break for 1 week. It is Lent. We're trying to encourage people.
Oh, very good pickle.
Yeah, no takeaways for 40 days or 40 nights. I just had a curry tonight. And of course, the other one then is as well, because we went to the Dundalk game, I got to see him warm up properly. Mr. Peter Cherry goalkeeping academy.
Did you say hello to him?
He was pretty close to me, but I didn't want to distract him because he actually did like the outfield players warm up at the half time as well. So he was having good fun, like, you know what I mean? But no, I didn't get to say hello to him. But look, I was there. I'm going to go again in 2 weeks on a Monday. I'm not going to the Friday night game against Shamrock Rovers because I just don't want to listen to them.
I don't want to that.
No, I think it's UCD. Are they in that league? No,
UCD, yeah.
I think it's that game. See, I'm learning. I'm getting. I'm a big fan, man. I'm a big fan now. So I am. Hey, Kev, I want to ask you a question.
Another one.
Yeah, this is the first topic. It's not even a topic because it's kind of a question, right? Do you think? No. Have you ever heard women say, I love listening to the rain bouncing off the window? Or like, I love listening to the rain.
I like listening to the rain.
Okay, then maybe this question is kind of for you then as well. Because the question was, is the reason that women, because I only heard women say it, right, like it, is because it secretly makes them horny?
No.
No, but so it doesn't make you horny.
Why would it make them horny?
I don't know, Kev, because the way they say it to you, oh, I love listening to the rain again, the window. It's just, it has an element of horn to it.
No, I think it's just they don't want to think about that now. So apart from the hoovering and the washing the dishes and changing the clothes in the bed, you know what I mean? It distracts them from that. You know what I mean? Like what they should be doing. I'm joking. Yeah,
of course.
Feminist. I'm joking.
Yeah, Holly, don't worry about it. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like so. That was aimed at Holly, yeah.
But Liam, I can't even fucking remember because she lost her 5 minutes of fame. I can't even remember fucking name.
No, but no, I like the rain. It kind of distracts you. That you don't think about that now. But then again, I said that before, like watching the rain run down, say the car window. That's that's pretty cool as well. You know what I mean? Then again,
therapeutic.
You can make that. Yeah, but it's therapeutic. Yeah. So like, but you can make that horny. It could be like a drip of sweat running down the inside of a woman's tie. Either way, you know. I don't know which I'd rather watch it. You know what I mean?
Well, if she's sweating that much.
Pico, you probably haven't lasted that long for it to happen. So yeah.
Well, that was just that random when I saw it. Like, but come on, I know.
I have a question to ask you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you've shifted many people. I've shifted many people. Do you have a type? Do you have a type, Pico? What would be your type?
I can't say. I'm not. I can't.
Of course you can say.
You mean what was my type?
No, well, you still have a type. Like you still
because I'm not going out and shifting girls.
No, but no, you're not. But like you still look and say, "Oh, geez, I would." Yeah, oh no, I wouldn't. No, I would. Yeah, oh no, I wouldn't. Right, or even when you're back then, you had a type on who you went for.
Yeah, so I suppose now. No, I don't want to make that joke. I'll get given out. Back then, for me, because I was, you know what? I was probably the opposite of what I should have been for the size of me, right? I was weirdly confident in talking to girls anyway, right? For a guy my size, which you'd normally expect to be this shy guy who's living in a basement, knocking one out.
You weren't that big back then.
No, but I mean, like I was a big. I mean, I know. Look, I'm not saying I'm fucking gonna die tomorrow, but like it's. I mean, it just to me it was anybody who'd talk back.
Okay.
Like. The types didn't matter to me because they're all women. Like it didn't. It wasn't like it's
a hole's a goal. Is that what the way
you to the pickle? Kind of, but it was more like
any hole's a goal. No one.
Yeah, that's the same. I think it was for me. It was more like you'd always see something. There'd always be that one that you'd see and you go, yeah, like you know what I mean, like you know what I mean, and you might even get near her, but you could be one where you'd look and you'd go, damn, like that's like you know what I mean. That's like Megan Fox or something. You know what I mean? You'd be like, man, she's fucking But no, like I think lacking in a bit of confidence would probably be a key point for what I used to look for. So you know, if they're not happy with themselves, they're not going to give out about me.
You're going to be happy. You're going to make them happy, Pico.
I'm going to make them happy. It's okay. What about you then? What's like, have you a color? Have you a blonde, a brunette?
As black as your boot. No,
we're not doing Protestant jokes.
No, no. I would have always went for someone a lot shorter than me. Okay.
Nice.
Someone a lot shorter. So shorter. Usually would have went for brunettes.
Yeah.
With a bit of an arch. That's kind of I would have went for. I'm kind of young looking. I always went for younger looking people, even though they were legal. I don't know why you're laughing. They were always legal.
That's why.
But you kind of younger looking than myself. Now my wife would be younger looking. Well, anyone would be younger looking than me. But my wife would be younger looking than me, and then she's short. I always went for the short girls. I was never big into tall people. Then again, some of my exes were a bit tall.
That's what I was going to ask you. So I know. Well, first of all, is it shorter because you can pick them up?
No, I just like them shorter.
All right, I was thinking for the show up. So when you're with taller girls, because you're tall, you're not massively tall.
No, I'm 6 foot, 6'1",
right? Like, there was a stage where I was seeing a girl for quite a while, and she was as taller than me as she was older than me, which was quite a bit. Okay.
Well, I shifted her as well. She is quite tall, yeah.
No, that wasn't her. I wasn't even thinking about her. Man, I forgot about her. No, this is another one. This would have been Kettlehead.
Okay.
She was tall. Looked a bit like Meatloaf, but like she was tall. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to remember. Like, was it awkward? Was it better? Was it worse? Which better? Putting your head up or your head down?
I definitely won't I'd rather put my head down than put my head up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I don't
know. I definitely always would have went for shorter.
What are you watching on the telly?
No, I'm just checking out. The FA Cup is on at the moment. I'm not sure what score it is. I can't read the fucking score because I'm going blind. But I think it's 1-0.
Everton is scoring Wood. Don't worry, I'll find out. But anyway, so you'd rather put your head down, than put your head up. So then obviously you married your perfect type.
Sometimes you lean in. You might be leaning too far down, and she's like, "You're breaking me neck."
Yeah.
So
1-0 Everton, Kev. 1-0 Everton. Compromise. Right. Okay. Fair enough. I know you had a topic that you wanted to bring up this week, right?
Yeah.
Before we bring that up, right, I want to ask you, what is, in your eyes, a midlife crisis?
Buying a motorbike.
Fuck. That what you're going to do?
No, I'm not. That would be a midlife crisis. Buying a motorbike. Or playing with Lego. And, well, I would have been in the midlife crisis. I've been, 20.
Yeah.
But no, I think buying, say, a Jaguar or something crazy like a motorbike, Jaguar, anything like that. I think stuff that make a train set in your garage, like that's, they're kind of midlife crises.
So, if I was to say, right, that on the 29th of April this year, okay, I am going on a day away on my own. I am getting on either a bus.
So what day?
April the 29th.
Okay.
Right? It is a wellness day in my work. So it works out well because it's also payday. Okay. So and I've been on about this for months, and the wife just said to me, just go and do it. You need to obviously just get out of your system, just go and do it, right? I don't know what it is I want to do. I just literally want to get a set of earphones, right? I just want to sit on a bus or a train, and I just want to go, right?
Go.
Don't know where. Like, you guys tell me where I should go, right? We can leave it to you guys. You want me to go?
No, you're staying in the country.
Oh, yeah, it's a bus or a train, like, and it's a one-day thing. So don't be sending me to fucking Cork or something like that. You know what I mean? Where I'm there for 2 minutes and I have to get a train back, so I'm home, right? Like, I was thinking, like, I could go somewhere random, like Athlone or like Cashel. Okay. Or like, I don't know. I'm just naming like the most random places I can think of. You know what I mean? Like, and just, I don't know what I'll do. Walk the streets of it. You know, maybe find like an old countryside pub and just have a pint, and then leave and walk down along a road. I don't know. Is that a midlife crisis for me? No, I'm going to be 38 then. Okay, same as you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a motorbike, and I've been talking about it for months. Or is it just something from my own head, do you think, Kevin?
I wouldn't consider that a midlife crisis. Now, if you went every day to random places, that could be possibly midlife crisis.
On my motorbike, like.
On your motorbike. But no, I wouldn't assume you're having a midlife crisis right now. No. I'd leave it. I'd just say you're having a moment.
Well, guys, up to you, right? You guys tell me where to go. I'll Instagram story the whole fucking day and all. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be on the train, I'll be sitting there.
Then you're not alone. You need to be alone with yourself.
But it only takes 30 seconds to be like, I'm on a train. Hey! Right? But right, Kev, I am going to open up some research I did for your next topic. So, Kev, tell the world, and it is the world now, remember, there's 32 countries listening to this at the minute, okay? Kev, tell the world what you want to talk about.
I want to talk about wanking.
I knew it was coming.
The reason I want to talk about wanking is my son turned around to my wife the other day.
His mother.
Yeah. Ma'am, I'm a wanker. And Ma'am, Dad's a wanker. And I said to him, and she was like, what is happening here? Pico, you look very concerned there. Can you hear me, Pico?
Give me a second. There's something coming up here with me. Oh, sorry about this, guys. Just give me 1 second. I don't know there's a reason why this isn't working. So my apologies for this, guys. Kev, can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Right. Okay, go on ahead. I think that should be all right.
So my son turned around to his mum and said, Ma'am, I'm a wanker. And Dad's a wanker. And she kind of was taken aback by this. Like, what the fuck? How is my son saying it? Because I play at me Willie. And Pico, I'm going to bring you back to a couple of weeks ago. We were in Nottingham. And the referee wasn't making the right decisions, and the crowd went, the referee's a wanker, the referee's a wanker.
Yeah.
And Evan turned around to me and said, Dad, what's a wanker? Okay. So I explained what a wanker is, a person who plays the Willie. So he now, and I always wanted to say, why is it a bad thing to be called a wanker? Because like, a wanker's a wanker. Like, I'm proud to be a wanker. Like, it's a good thing to be a wanker, but why is it a bad word? Do you know what I mean, like a bastard or a bollocks or a cunt? I mean, all those words are bad words, but a wanker.
Well, yeah, and like bastard shouldn't be in a sense because bastard has a meaning. You know what I mean? Like if you're a bastard son, like you know what I mean? Like to go back to something I haven't talked about in a long time, which is my love of wrestling and AEW. There's a wrestler there called Pac, right? And he's like a Scottish guy, very, very good. But he's called the Bastard Pac. That's his name, and they call it out. So they're not saying like a bold word. They're just calling him, it's the Bastard.
I love how you say a bold word, not a curse.
Of course, sorry, bold word. Yeah, sorry. It's the joys of having kids, I suppose. Then again, I swear more in the house than fucking ever. So I do. But Kev, I said I did a little bit of research. Okay.
Yeah. So would you consider yourself a wanker?
Yeah. I know I used to deny it for years, like, so like
because you're a holy Catholic.
Holy Catholic. Now I'm officially lapsed, I'd say at this stage. Although I'm contemplating going to mass on Sunday. I have no idea why. Maybe that's my midlife crisis. So it is. But here's a little bit of research, guys, about pulling the plum, right? So listen to this, right? Okay. In America, okay, because for some reason there's always stats in America. Okay.
Love a stat. Yeah.
Yeah. So Matt for final finger, right? Figure, not finger, figure. The number
slip of the tongue now.
This is going to be worse, right? The number of masturbatory aged people in the US is 240,052,886, right?
Okay.
The average session, I'm reading this, but I kind of still want to see your face, right, when I do this, okay? The average session is 12 minutes.
That seems about right.
Okay. The average frequency is 62.5% masturbate daily. Therefore, don't worry, Kev, I have the numbers. 153,053,044 masturbate a day, which equals 7.5 minutes of everyone's day, or 450 seconds a day. Therefore, 797,151 Americans are masturbating right now.
Very good.
Isn't that?
Well, no wonder we were running out of tissue and toilet roll. They're coming into the COVID. You know what I mean? Because it must be. But there's a lot of wanking. But like,
literally. coming into COVID.
You never hear someone being called a fingerer. You know what I mean? It's always a wanker. Why aren't like?
Well, that's true because
you can't go, "Hi, the referee's a fingerer." You don't hear that.
I don't want to ask this question, right?
Like a female referee.
That's what I was going to ask you. Yeah, but like that's what I mean. Like men can be called that because you're practicing something, right?
Yeah.
What's the woman name? We've done stuff before where we've had
a fingerer.
Yeah, remember what was it? Happy wife, happy life, and then it was a rubby for the hubby. You know what I mean? Like, so there's definitely is that what it is? The fingerer.
Has to be a fingerer.
You're not but a fucking fingerer.
Yeah. Go finger yourself.
That could work. Well, probably would work actually. Yeah, go finger yourself. Okay. I want to check though because I also was looking up another thing for Ireland. Okay, Kevin. I love how I've done research today. You'd swear I had loads of time.
From wanking.
Yeah. Men masturbate more than women.
I agree with that.
Yeah, with 1 in 4 male respondents to the Irish Times sex survey saying they do it every day, compared with 5% of females. Now, folks.
On a daily basis.
Yeah. Now, folks, here's an interesting one for you because we have a lot of women who watch this. Or listen to it. I'd say we have a lot of women who watch this, right? We have a lot of men who listen to this, right? Okay. Almost half of sexually active men who responded masturbate more than once a week, okay, compared to a quarter of women. However, this is the strange part, according to sexologist Emily Power-Smith. Great woman, so she is, okay? Women are still very embarrassed to admit that they do and are less likely even to know it's an option when growing up, okay? Now, she ended this weird thing by talking to a woman called Trish Muffy, that even though men do it more than women, it actually heightens a woman's sex drive, not a man's sex drive.
No, because a woman, when we wank, we release, and then the horniness comes down.
Yeah, but sure, she's any good, she's releasing herself. Jesus, that's a sentence and a half. Mother of God.
But like, it's always a case, Pico, there wouldn't be as many sex shops, or there wouldn't be as many, Ann Summers wouldn't be flying, Love Honey wouldn't be flying, you know what I mean? Love Honey, yeah. Love Honey, baby. Big shout out to Love Honey. You know what I mean? All these shops, like, they're designed for more female masturbation, so it is a big, it's on the rise, let's say. But you know what I mean? But it is fair play, but like wank away, like. But yeah, that's what. Bishop Pico, do you remember how you found out about wanking?
No, not a clue. People telling me probably. I don't know.
But I remember being in bed. I think I should probably be 8 or 9, and I was kind of rubbing myself with the bed sheets. You know what I mean? With the duvet, and kind of rubbing myself, and this feels all right. But I remember then.
Oh, like dry humping yourself, like.
Yeah, kind of dry humping myself. Yeah, and I remember going. Well, what was coming was this shooting pain in myself, and saying like, "Oh, just had to stop." That's really sore. But that was me dry coming, like. But then I remember the first time I had a wank, and like, have you ever been to Barcelona?
No.
Well, there's these big fountains that happen in Barcelona beside the castle. It was literally like that. It was everywhere. It was all over me. It was, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I had no idea. Like, I never really got the sex talk from my father or anybody. You kind of just, that's what it was. And you find out to your own devices. But I remember being covered in this creamy kind of stuff. I was like, what? It's so sticky. It's rotten. What is this shit? And then you kind of figure out what it is. But yeah.
You didn't taste it.
You know, like when you had your first wank, like, how did that come about?
Nice choice of words, Kev. How did that come about? I don't know. That's just being completely fucking.
Why did you freeze?
Huh? Well, you froze a second ago as well, so I'm sure it's still working fine. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you froze there for a second.
Yeah, you did as well. I don't know. It's telling me that my internet's unstable, so I don't know what's going on. Look, we're coming towards the end of the show anyway, so we are. I don't know. Now, you know me, I have fucking zip memory of fuck all because most of them are repressed memories, okay? That's why the counsellor was busy for a while. So no, I don't know. I honestly, like, I'm sure it was like, I'm sure I probably finished off sounding like Pavarotti or something like that at the end of it. Like, oh my God, like, what is this? I don't know what's happening. And I had an American accent for some reason. Yeah, I don't know, Kev. And we don't want anybody stories in.
I can speak Indian.
Here we go.
So I wanted to say, what's the question? I can't remember what the word was there. So instead of T's, you say D's. So don't do that to me. I mean,
so what if you're saying tickling tits?
Tickling tits.
Wow, that's actually really good.
So you just remove the T and put in a D. So say instead of don't, it'd be dud.
Wow.
Don't do that to me.
That's I asked you before that we should do accents on the show. You said no, and I was like, yeah, you're probably right. Kev, I'm really proud of that. Hey, that's really good.
Don't do that to me.
Yeah. And how did you learn this, Kev?
On Instagram.
Ah, there we go. See, Instagram joining everybody in the world. So it's like, but Kev, lovely topic. You know what I mean? Great topic to have. And look, guys, remember, nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? Unless you're doing it like on the street or something.
I've kind of an opinion question pick up for you.
Oh,
okay,
right.
This week.
Well, it was my turn to ask you, but go on ahead.
Okay, but I was watching the football last night, the FA Cup again last night. I love the FA Cup. Huge fan. Always have been a big fan of the FA Cup. Yeah. Even growing up and stuff, watching the FA Cup with my grandfather when he was alive and stuff like that in my house. And Roy Keane and Ian Wright had a conversation about the Anfield sign. So that tunnel, the tunnel, and tipping the Anfield sign. Would you tip the Anfield sign?
If I went to Anfield for a visit?
Yeah. Or if you say you're a player for the opposition, or
no.
you went there even as on a tour, like a school tour or whatever, would you touch a sign?
See, I'm torn here, right? Because I have at the top of my drunken voice sang "You'd never walk alone" after a funeral. You know what I mean? Like, so, and a good friend of ours was a diehard Liverpool fan. So, like, I'd nearly be like, I would touch it and then reach up to the heavens kind of thing or something. But I wouldn't know, like, that would be the only reason why I wouldn't do it, because it's like, oh, I have to go and do this for me. I think it'd be more like I'd be touching it and I'd be looking up to the heavens kind of going like, that's for you. Like, you know what I mean? So, but I know you wouldn't. You'd probably spit on it, take it to cock out and start smacking it or something, would you?
Literally, I would. I was taking it. I'd piss in the fucking thing.
You could. Like, it's high, but you could.
Like, or smear. And the only way I'd touch it is if it's smeared shit on the fucking thing. Okay, and that's sacrilegic from Liverpool fans or whatever. But I just don't like them. I don't like what they stand for. I don't like who they are. I don't like the manager. I think his coaching style is fantastic. I just don't like him. I don't like Steven Gerrard. I don't like.
He's a manager.
I don't, but I don't like these people like that. Yeah. And even the fans. I got mates that are fans, right? And I got loads of mates that are fans of them, right? And even I was at Saturday night, and they were there and they're talking about, the quadruple, and you're like, this is before they won the League Cup, okay? And
thanks to a goalkeeper's penalty.
I was like, Jesus Christ! I go, you're so unbelievable. Like, I hadn't heard anybody talk about them for months, right? For months.
Yeah.
Right.
12 points behind, nobody was talking.
Nothing. And they're 3 points behind, and they're like, oh, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. And yes, ever give over. Just stop. Yeah. You're not even going to win the FA Cup.
Exactly.
Nottingham Forest are going to knock you out in the quarterfinal.
It's in the City Ground.
Yeah. It's good. That's another one for TV.
Kev, how do we get to that game?
I'll pick up.
I'd sit in the airport all night waiting to come home in the morning, Kev. I really would. Like, I'd sit in the airport the whole night and wait to come home the next day. I wouldn't give a fuck. That'd be.
Well, it's true. It's definitely going to be in TV because of the history of it. Now it's probably going to be a month before. It's a month before Hillsborough. So like there will be a wee bit of history there as well. But especially if it was a semi-final, Jesus, if it was a semi-final, it'd be a different story altogether. But
the semi-finals in Wembley, isn't it?
Yeah, I cannot wait. Please God, Monday night. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Please God, Monday night. Huddersfield.
Just get past them. Just get past them.
Play Liverpool. Beat Liverpool in the quarterfinal, and we're in the semi-final in Wembley against, I was going to say Boreham Wood, but not Boreham Wood now. The likes of Everton. And like another mate of mine is an Everton fan.
Yeah,
definitely.
Man,
it could be fantastic.
Yeah, Kev, come here. I wanted to share a story because obviously that's what we do in this podcast. We share stories right from our youth. Did you ever steal anything from somebody that you didn't know? Like, I don't mean like sweets from a shop. Yeah, I don't mean like
stole. Apart from someone's girlfriend, maybe it's with the height of it. Remember one night where was it? It was called Studio 8, and someone got a wee bit friendly, and I got a wee bit friendly, and then all of a sudden I got a phone call the next day to say, Kevin, what the fuck were you doing? I'm like, well, not my fault. I'm single. But no.
But you knew she wasn't.
Yeah, but that's...
Yeah, but sure, she got friendly, so she knew she wasn't single.
And she knew that I knew him. Like, we would have been not mates, but we were acquaintances, and we knew each other quite well.
Are you still mates with him?
I haven't seen him in a long time.
Did he marry you?
Yeah.
Oh, that was just a random joke.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Okay. Right, okay. Okay.
There you go.
These things happen. Yeah, these things happen. Right, so I'll share a story, right? So obviously when I was... Okay, when did you work in Ladbrokes? Year?
Roughly. I was 18, so 20 years ago nearly.
Yeah, I thought that, right? So I was 18. I was walking on Clonbrassil Street, okay? And
Now, have you spoken to the councillor about this one before, yeah?
You what?
Have you spoken to the councillor about this one before?
No, I didn't know this, right? So I was walking down Clonbrassil Street, and my bank is the TSB Bank, which is there at the top of Clonbrassil Street, the courthouse. And I was walking across, and I had my card out. There was a woman at the till, or at the machine. So I was standing waiting. Usually, probably on my phone. You know what I mean, waiting for her to go. So she walked away. I took the card out, went up to the machine, went to put the card in, and on the screen it says, "Do you want another transaction?" And I'm looking at the woman walking away. I'm looking at the machine. I'm looking to the other side of me. I'm like, I'm 18, guys, right? Okay, so all I cared about when I was 18 was booze, literally, right? Just booze, money for alcohol. That's all I gave a fuck about back then, right? So I'm looking at her, and she's down at about Michael Lynch's now. So she's a good distance away, right? Okay, so about 100 yards, right, down the road, right? And she's rummaging in her bag, and I still haven't done that yet. Still saying, "Do you want another transaction?" I'm like, you hit no, you take the card out, you hand it to the woman. Yep, that's what you do in this situation, isn't it?
As a normal person, that's what you would do, yes.
I'm not that normal person. So if anybody knows of a woman who was down some money one day 20 years ago, okay, from that bank, I apologize.
How much did you take?
So I hit yes, right? And I was like, okay. And I'm looking at the woman, and she's still rummaging, right? And I'm like, okay. What are we going to do? I still haven't decided yet. I'm like, fuck, what are we going to do? Because I was thinking the card's going to pop out now. I'll just hit yes, just to keep it active, right? So I was like, what'll I do? I was like, fuck it, right? And she's starting to turn a wee bit. And I'm acting cool. I'm like pretending I'm at the bank machine with my own card. So I hit 100. So I'm thinking, you don't want to go too far. You don't want to go too far. So 100. I think it was the most you could take out of it, right? I was 100. And I was thinking that's going to say insufficient funds or something like that. You know, so I hear it
I just counting the money.
Yeah, and I'm like, shit. And as that's coming, right, your one now has stopped, right? She's rummaged and she's stopped. She's standing still. So she's obviously now, fuck, where is this gone, right? I must have left it in the ATM machine. She turns around. The money's starting to come out of the machine, right? I look again. She's walking towards me. I'm still trying to act cool while the money's coming out of the machine, right? I grab that money. Didn't touch our bank card, obviously, didn't fucking need it, right? I grabbed the 100 quid. I turned to my right, and I ran straight into you in Ladbrokes. And I think I hid in the back for about 20 minutes. So I did. So I apologize. But this podcast was to bring back stories of how much of a cunt I was.
Again, it is an entertainment podcast, so this probably did not happen, as we say. But but like a lot of stuff happens in your childhood that you remember, like.
Yeah, like it does, like, because I think now when you have kids, right? Now us was different, Kevin. We were in the countryside, so we spent time in fields. We spent time playing football. We spent time on bikes.
I'll probably rob people's footballs. Now that I'm thinking, I'll probably rob the football from gardens, or say if it ran onto the road. And you say, oh, that's a good ball.
So never rob money off an old one, like, no.
No. I remember, you'd always see, that's a good ball. That's a good. No, but you always end up having a shit ball or like a champion cup ball. You know what I mean? Like,
I still have one of them.
If you've seen a leather ball, you'd be like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That'll do me.
Give me. So it is like, but no,
your parents never bought you a leather ball, like. That was
No, it was cup champion from a beach shop or something like that. Like so, that was the height of it. Like, you know what I mean?
Good ball. Orange cup champion.
Yeah, but
white one.
yeah.
There was only two colours, wasn't there? It was only white and orange.
White and orange were the only two colours. I don't know why. Why was it fucking orange? Like, I don't. Was it snow?
The orange, the winter ball.
But it was a cup champions ball. You know what I mean? Seriously, you kicked it into the sky in a wind, it was gone. You know what I mean?
Great. The cold you could get in the cup champion ball. Oh, it's unbelievable.
I just think when you look at footballs that we have now in comparison to that, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Hey, come here. I don't know if we can talk about this. Remember that screenshot I sent you today? Little 2FM thing.
No.
Remember we were on a bit. You talked about a certain person who was accused of something before, and his.
Well, yeah, no, we can talk about it because he put it out himself. Yeah, Mr. Owen McDermott.
Yeah,
he disappeared from radio and TV
in a day, like literally.
2 years ago now at this stage, and we talked about it last week about Al Porter and being accused of things, and now it's come out that Owen McDermott was accused of. Well, it would have been 10 years ago, in 2010, that he had a relationship with somebody that was meant to be under the age, and this came out. But after 2 years of more or less walking away from radio and TV, it's come out that she falsely accused him of this, but she was over the age. And I think this is where, unfortunately, yeah, a lot of things happen, but it doesn't help the situation for the female population when stuff like this comes out that falsely accused, and like, but not that it ruins it, but like it makes, I think, an awful lot more people go, should I say, especially when it does happen to them, should I tell me a story because will they believe me? And unfortunately, these sort of scenarios do go against you. But I think to accuse somebody like that, it's horrible. Like, and it's just wrong.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you. Like, people, I read something one day, right? And it was given figures or something, right? And I don't want to say what it is because I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm not going to make it up, like, but it was to say there's so many percentage of women's stories when they say something happened to them, or they were attacked, or they were raped, or something like that, right? That there was X% of it, right? It's not believed, okay? Yeah. And that's why there's the fear, right, of girls coming forward. Yeah. So as you said, you know what I mean? Like, literally, there's that fear then of being not believed, okay?
Yeah.
But as you said, is it that this stuff needs to be highlighted by somebody like him? Like, he's suing Twitter now, right? Because whatever, obviously, Twitter's partner was, right? That, like, he has to come out and say this. But will there be a feminist group, as we talk about, right, who apologize that 2 years of this man's life have been ruined and the rest of his career has been ruined for something that wasn't true? For a girl lied about it. Like, they'll come out rightfully and attack people when they deserve to be attacked. And that's completely right. We'll do that, for God's sake. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you do. But when it's stories like this, should groups like that not be coming out?
Well, I think she should be put to jail. Well, I think she should be sent to jail.
Yeah, because
that's false. That's defamation of character.
Yeah.
It's loss of earnings. It's all of that goes with it. It's lies. It's blasphemy. It's lying in a court. It's lying to a judge. It's lying to a solicitor. It's lying to, like, why should people get away with it? And it's the same for if men accuse women of something, like, that should be the exact same way in that way. But like, people can't, sticks and stones may break bones and all this, but sticks and stones, shit sticks. And unfortunately, this is another one that sticks, and it's not right. Like, and Al Porter last week I spoke about, and that was a guy that accused him that was thrown out, but he hasn't come back really on screens. Owen McDermott, I don't know what's the story with Owen, but I think it's I think it's wrong, and to have to leave your job.
Yeah. For something that was never. Yeah.
It's completely crazy.
But Kev, before we end the show, two things I want to do, right? I've seen this. I don't know if it'll work the same way by saying it out loud, but I hope it does, right? 15 and 15 is 30. Okay.
Yeah.
And 16 and 16 is 32.
It is.
Didn't work, no. So it's like, is 32. See, it's just like TOO is 32. That, yeah, I didn't think it'd work. It's something you have to read. Other thing is, Kev, this, right? Can I ask you a question? If you're blind, right? Yeah. How do you how do you ask somebody for food? Like if you're blind, how do you ask somebody for food?
Can I have food?
Fuck you. See, you're good at this shit, right?
So, you're blind. You're not.
Yes.
Dumb
so I caught out a couple of people this week with this because I seen it somewhere, right? I saw a video on TikTok or something, right? And the guy was like, there was him and there was a guy in the back seat and a guy in the front seat, and he had the camera on. He's like, oh, like Tony, what if you're blind? How do you ask somebody for food? Like, and he was like, oh, well, like, and for anybody on Spotify, I'm making signals with my hand as if I'm eating food, right? And he's like, what about a drink? And he'd be like, well, pretending like he's drinking. So then he goes to the guy in the front seat. And you can see he has this really funny face on him, right? And it's like, so Matt, what do? If you're blind, how do you ask for food? And he goes, can I have a sandwich, mate? And the guy in the back seat is like, takes him a minute. And then he's like, oh, you did me good. Yeah. Avi fell for it. And I haven't heard her laugh like that in a long time. She tried to do it in work, but unfortunately, they had already heard it too. You know what I mean? But look, Kev, we did our usual. We did an hour and 10 there. Not bad. Yeah. Not bad, buddy. Not good. Bad. Thanks to Dearbhla, obviously, for coming on. Nice talking to somebody who's doing so fucking well for themselves, which is great to see. Obviously, Lallies, we have to thank them, and we already did. Jamie, we know you listen to the show, mate. Thanks so much for that. To be somebody into you yesterday, hopefully, to pick that up on the win. But yeah, Kev, are we happy out?
Oh, good.
Contact details, Kev. Go on.
Contact details, the Kev and Pico Show at gmail.com, the Kev and Pico Show on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter.
And Snapchat.
Oh, and Snapchat.
Jesus, is there any social media we're not fucking on?
Reddit, whatever that is.
I think that's where you buy couches that are burnt. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I might be wrong. But yeah, guys, it was episode 58. As always, it was fun for us.
I'd like to say, have a good weekend, wankers and fingers. Enjoy the weekend.
That's it, Kev. That's it. And as he normally says it, that guy over there, share the show, guys. Hey, we're hitting high numbers. We're nearly at 1,000 on Facebook, which is massive for us. We're almost at 600-700 or something on Instagram, guys. Keep sharing the show, okay? What do we say, Kev? Train ride. We don't know where it's going.
Woo-hoo.
See you later, guys.